Orida, sitoiti, Croeso, if you blog, take a hike, Reef Doideg, Argiffer, Miss Medi, which is Welsh for, or beginner's Welsh for, good morning and welcome to my Take a Hike vlog, number 12 for September. And yeah, I suppose the highlight of last month was our trip to Wales, and I needed a project for winter, so I decided to learn a bit of the language, and I'll try not to make you suffer any more of it. As you might be able to hear from the M60 motorway traffic and possibly some aircraft as well, I'm just on a local patchwalk today. It's been raining pretty solidly for the last week of September and just starting into October, and I just thought I'd come down here and see how the river's faring and whether it's in flood and what's about. So yeah, the highlight of the month was obviously our trip to Wales for about 9 days, and we really enjoyed that. We didn't do any big mountains or anything like that, but that was precisely the plan. And the weather up in Snowdonia wasn't so great anyway, so even if we had intended to, we probably wouldn't have seen that much and maybe not been able to go up too high. But yeah, particularly the walks around the Anglesey coastal path were absolutely amazing. We saw some great wildlife, and yeah, really enjoyed those. And the weather was good, which it kind of often is in Anglesey. You know, a lot of the weather fronts kind of rise up over Snowdonia and drop the rain behind, so Anglesey can quite often be in sunshine, and then you look across to Snowdonia and see all the clouds on the peaks. As I say, we've had a lot of rain, so the trees are only barely starting to turn golden, and yeah, I suppose a couple of weeks before we get some proper autumnal colours here. One of the amazing things about Wales, and particularly Anglesey, is the fact that it's absolutely crisscrossed by footpaths, so it's a great place to explore. And I did mention on one of the videos that major routes like the Isle of Anglesey coastal path, the Wales coastal path, I think there was one called the I think it was the Copper Coastal Trail, or the Copper Trail, Anglesey Copper Trail. All of those paths were extremely well signposted, waymarked, and well looked after by the Anglesey Ramblers Association, or Ynys Môn Ramblers Association, which was great. What we did find, however, was when you tried to make up circuits, going a little bit more onto some of the lesser used paths, then things got a little bit more tricky. Now, a lot of these little footpaths became public rights of way probably back in the days when there was like farmsteads, you know, minor industry out in the countryside, you know, lots of things that have changed over time, and it's kind of tough to expect local councils to keep every single one maintained when funds are so stretched these days. So you can kind of understand that, but it doesn't stop us kind of reporting when issues are found, because I mean, you know, some of the issues that you find with footpaths can be quite hazardous. But the thing that really gets my goat, and judging from the comments on some of the videos, I think a lot of you feel the same way, is when landowners go out of their way to physically block rights of way, whether with barbed wire, removing stiles, planting across paths, and there were a few instances of that we came across, and I honestly don't know why they do it really, because it just encourages more, you know, people to go off the you know, agreed footpaths, so that they can, you know, cross the land or exit the land in some cases. Yeah, we had a right job. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. But I've reported all the issues that we found, and you can either do that to local councils, planning officers, which takes probably a little bit more work on your part, or the way I prefer to do it is via the Ramblers Association. And there's, for England and Wales at least, there's an app that you can download to your phone, and you can take a photo of the issue and you know, upload it. And you know, one of the good things about that is that they can coordinate their efforts on, you know, possibly areas that have got multiple reports, so that they know that a path that, you know, people really want to use is having issues caused. So yeah, a good app to get hold of and put on your phone for when you're out and about. I think things are slightly different in Scotland, so you might have to do a bit of research to find out the best way to report issues up there. Anyway, what have I got coming up in October? Well, as I say, the nights are drawing in, hence needing a project and starting to learn Welsh. But yeah, I won't be bringing much of that to the channel. And a lot of the campsites will be closing at the end of October. So we've got one last trip booked for a few nights at Hayfield. So weather permitting, we should get a few good walks out of that. I think by the time you see this, there's probably one more walk to come from the Anglesey trip. And I'm also trying to fit in a little wild camp, but we'll see how the weather goes. I mean, I'm not frightened of a bit of rain, but I certainly don't plan to go out in torrential downpours, especially as I'm wanting to do one last one in the Dutch Army bivvy before winter sets in. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. Crocuses in October, isn't that a bit unusual? Seen that before, I don't think. Well, the river's not quite as high as I expected after all that rain, but nice to get down here anyway. So hope you all had a great September, and that you're all going to have a great October. So, oil, bis bald, and hasta pronto. See you folks.